running SM64 is such an expensive hobby, like, if you want to get good. Like, N64, copy of the game, EverDrive, capture card, splitter cables. Alright, and I'm just going to assume that you already have a PC and, like, multiple monitors, and, you know, just already have, like, a PC setup that's good enough to, like, play, you know, record the game. Then you need to, like, sub live split. Hopefully your PC's good enough for that. If not, then use W-split. Then, you need a good controller. Well, preferably a controller for, like, the main stuff, and then a separate controller for Bowser throws. And, you know, and you need a good stick, like, too. For Bowser throws, not really, but, like, for like, you know, everything else, like, you really do need, like, a good stick, good buttons. All of that is expensive, especially, like, if you're using OEM N64 sticks. Because, like, they just die, like, very quickly, dude. They die in, like, 4 months. Like, you need to hope that you're really good at the game, and, like, people watch you on Twitch and give you a lot of money, because, like, you can't buy, like, you can't even supply yourself with more fucking sticks. Nah, he switched to a Sony PVM. At least that's what he said like a year ago. One of those super nice CRTs. But there are ways to play lagless anyway these days. My setup I use for movie is lagless, and I'm on a monitor. But some people just like think that the game like looks better on a CRT or like yeah. The OSSC doesn't add any lag, and my monitor's a 1 millisecond delay monitor, and 1 millisecond is nowhere near a frame, so the game just effectively has no lag. You have to be careful about that in PAL regions. You need a 60 Hz CRT if you want to play, like, NTSC. And 60 Hz CRTs are hard to come by. You know how I found mine after a lot of searching? I found it on page 14 of eBay to where it fit all of my specifications I needed. And it's still not perfect. It's not even stereo. It's fucking mono. It's a mono CRT. It's not even super modern because it has a built-in VHS player as opposed to like a built-in DVD player. And it doesn't even look like that good. Like, it looks good for 2D games, but for 3D games it really doesn't. Like, mine doesn't. Yeah, you gotta, like, look at the back of it, and sometimes some of the cells just don't, you know. Finding the right size, the right price, 60 Hz, and they do, composite input. And they deliver to your house. It took me so long to find, like, the right thing. Because nobody in the UK is going to be like, oh yeah, the 60 Hz CRT, like, nobody thinks about that, you know what I mean? So they're not common, and nobody sells them at a higher price because they're 60, but they're hard to find because of it. Some people just don't even think to take pictures of the back because in their heads it's like, why does it matter? And yeah, to normal people it doesn't matter, but like to me it matters. In the end, though, I finally got the CRT. I got it for, like, 60 quid or something. I'm not using it right now. It's to the right of me. It's to my right. I still cherish it. I did run movie on it for a bit, but it is better to run movie on a monitor, for a niche reason. And I just think, like, I'm using component cables on a high-end converter, so this looks really good. And I can put it in an HDMI capture card as well, like, fucking hell. But the reason why movie is technically better to play on a monitor, when you play on a small CRT, it cuts off the corners. And why that matters specifically is for the combat arenas in like no Mindy skip and 100% and stuff. Because in the corner of your eye, an enemy might spawn in a direction and you need to be ready for, like, you need to react to the RNG. But on monitor, like you can see that, but on like a small CRT, it like cuts the corner and you might not be able to see it. So it's a very niche reason, but like if you're playing a category that has at least one combat arena, it just is superior to play on monitor regardless. Which, granted, does not apply to no port storage, but like still, it applies to multiple categories. No Mindy skip, all platforming levels, ETU, unless you're playing a high-level ETU route. Hundo all tokens. No Mindy skip. I can give you the thumbs up on OSSCs being insane. The only thing is that they don't support composite RS video, which is really annoying. That'd make them perfect, but they just don't, unfortunately. And Xbox component cables aren't exactly a thing here. So mine were very expensive. They cost about £65. One time I ordered a guitar, the fucking thing said postage, and after I bought it, it said collect in person, so I had to cancel it. That's unfortunate. That's just hassle for, like, both of you, then. Like, you and the seller is dumb. Would you come to Birmingham for a pair of cat ears? I'm only going to Birmingham for, like, one of those events that me and Jam, the gaming event things that me and Jam want to go to.
Right now. Is the room spinning or is it just me?
Also, OSSCs are expensive, but I'm sure you know that. My OSSC and my cables, my component cables, and my capture card, not even factoring that, like, you need to mod your Xbox to enable 480p for this game. That all cost me, like, about £300. It would be a little cheaper now, but yeah, like, it cost me $300.
I'm not feeling like a game of catch
So
right
true,
now.
Mill. You could get cheap component cables, and they might look as good as AV while still converting the signal, but it just, like, it won't be nearly the same upgrade. This shit looks like fucking emulator, like, almost. Like, and I'm not even, I'm using pass-through on OSSC. I'm not using upscaling mode. I'm literally using pass-through. This isn't being upscaled. Well, it is being upscaled, but it's not being, like, highly upscaled. There's this mode called Line 2X, and I'm not even using it, and it makes this look even better, and I'm not using it because my capture card doesn't support it. Because it ups it to 1440p, because it doubles the lines. Looks absolutely insane, though. Also, my monitor can't even, like, see it anyway. So eventually, I'm gonna get, like, a 4K monitor or some shit, then I'll use the 1440p monitor I have now for movie, and then I'll, like, upgrade the capture card. Yeah, a lot had to go into it, though. There was so much troubleshooting to get this to work. But it looks nearly as good as it can. Because it isn't just about getting component cables. You need to actually force 480p, which Movie doesn't officially support. So you need to use this application that forces 480p. And then that works. Yeah, sure. And then, like, it would,
Or you'll get hurt.
then you have to make sure that in the modded dashboard menu, it also says 480p. Because if it's not 480p, then your capture card will freak the fuck out. Not fantastic, to say the least. Yeah. It'd be like that. You can change it a bit with, like, Elgato settings, but, like, you'll never get it perfect with, like, composite, you know what I mean? It'll never be, like, perfect. Well, it's just because, like, upscalers that upscale to, like, 720, 1080 are usually, like, the cheap ones are just not good. That's, like, the reason. It's not really upscaling properly. But, like, again, this looks nearly as good as it possibly could. And I'm very happy with it. Like, what's holding me back at this point? Not being able to use Line 2X and Twitch bitrate. And I already stream a 5,000 bitrate, and Twitch only allows a max of 6,000 bitrate, I believe. So, like, I could only increase it by another 1,000, so I don't even bother. I'm thinking of increasing it, but I don't even know if you'll be able to notice a difference. But my internet could handle it, so I don't know, I might. Mr. Bob Burger. I've never watched Bob's Burgers. It doesn't look bad. It's just, I don't know, I just haven't watched it. It doesn't look amazing. It just looks like a kind of good, sort of, kind of good-ish show, I guess. It looks like a 7 out of 10 show. But maybe I'm wrong. In before this PBs and all the comments in the comment section are just about how I should watch Bob's Burgers. But what did Bob ever do for me? I've only seen, like, the pilot, I think. .240p upscaled can look good, but it depends on, like, the console. Ooh, this is looking kind of nice right now. This is definitely gold pace. Ooh, I got the ledge grab skip. Alright, no need to panic. .480i, like Movie officially supports 480i. That's why, like, but 480p looks so much better than 480i. Literally, I tried 480i with component cables, and then I tried 480p with the exact same cables, and, like, the difference is genuinely unbelievable. Again, it makes it go from, like, looking, like you can tell it's on a console to, like, I've had people ask me more than ever if I'm playing on emulator. Like, it's seriously impressive. I don't see how this won't gold unless I fuck up somewhere here. I feel like this has to gold if I just don't fuck this up. This is on a cycle, so there's no time to lose unless it kills the run. Unless I miss the 2-frame in SpongeBob, that is actually a thing. But I usually don't miss it, and as for the cycle itself, if I miss it, then I reset, so... There's no more time to gain or lose here. There's no more time to gain here. There is time to lose, but in half of it, like, one of the ways is just, like, if the run would just cause the run to die. If there's any time to get this shit's now, dude. This might even be 339. I really think it's that good. That's 339. Now I just need to hope I got the 2-frame, or else it technically didn't count. Thank God.
Bother to tell us if the train was still running around here?
Dude, I got 339. That's fucking insane. 339 PBBH. What the fuck, dude? Converted to like really old timing with like the way that we used to do that segment. I just got like, let me think. Like a 355 or something like that. Like with really old timing. God, that's so fast. 1.7. Dude, I'm playing 4.5 seconds off the summer burst. I'm 15 minutes into the... I'm about to be 16 minutes into the run. I just got a frame perfect text box cancel. Dude, 339. What the fuck, dude? I just realized as well, I had a 1058 rubber dub exit. I've never had a 1058 rubber dub exit. I've had like a bunch of 1059s. I've never had 1058. So this was already on my best pace, and then I got a BBBH, and then I got a really, really good rubber dub too. What the fuck? This run is like unbelievably good. It's gonna take a really long time to beat that BBBH gold, by the way. I had a thing happen. So when you do slide jumps up the slide, it's possible to fuck them up in a very specific way where it actually saves time to fuck them up. Did you see when I was on the slide that there was like this big force that pushed me upwards with a lot of speed? That's really hard to get, and you have to fuck it up in a specific way. So you never actually purposely go for it. So I fucked up, but I saved time for it. It wasn't perfect, but it was still, like, faster than getting the jumps. So I was already ahead of the gold, and then just the movement was really good. I got the ledge grab skip, I got the cycle, I got the 2-frame. Everything worked out, man. Fuck me. They're just not cultured. They can't understand Purple 80 Fat. I don't expect them to. I don't expect the peasants to understand. That is really unfortunate. That was about as fast as a recovery that I could have done, but that's pretty nasty. This run is still alive, but that hurts, because now the run is, like, pretty mid, compared to just being, like, out of this world. I'm probably gonna be, like, plus a couple seconds, maybe, I'm not sure. I usually exit sandwich driving with about, or my time here is usually a 2:18 or a 2:19, and as you can see, it's still going up. So I lost, like... Oh, no, I'll still be minus, because, okay, again, like, for fucking that up, I fucked it up, like, as fast as possible, pretty much, so I guess that's why. It was still faster than not doing the trick, but only by a few seconds, only by, like, 3 seconds, but still, I'm still minus. The run is not very good anymore. It's still, like, it's fine, like, it's not a bad run. It's, like, above average, I would say, so there's that. It is, of course, just unfortunate, but, I don't know, I was bound to fuck up eventually, and that is, like, a hard strat, so, it makes sense. There isn't really a general consensus of what the best ever movie run is, like, obviously relative to, like, the time, when it was set, what the expectations were. If it just broke barriers that weren't even known to be possible, like, how many mistakes were made. The 3, like, absolutely insane runs are, Cole's 138, my 129, and my 107.34. Those are, like, pretty much, like, the best runs in the game. And it's, like, hard to say which one's the best one. the 129 had, like, the most mistakes, but, like, we didn't know that 128 was possible. We thought that, like, you couldn't get any better, even if you had, like, a god run, we thought you couldn't get better than the mid 129. I got a low 129 on fucking PAL 360. That run was absolutely insane when I got it. I broke away so far to where I just basically became, like, the uncontested best player from that run. It was so good, but it had the most mistakes out of the 3 runs. Well, the 138 and the 129 were technically in a different category. They were all called any percent at one point in time, but now this is called no pulse storage. The 107 was done when it was called any percent, I believe, but now it's called no pulse storage. The 129 and the 138 were done in a category that was any percent, but now it's called no Mindy skip. The no Mindy skip world record now is a 120.26. And the world record in no pulse storage, as I would imagine you know, is a 101.53. Pulse storage is tech that allows you to duplicate tokens and warp nearly anywhere you want to. As such, the any percent world record is 19 minutes. It skips, like, virtually every strat in the game, though. So while it is SpongeBob speedrunning's, like, biggest strat, in all of SpongeBob speedrunning, it's, like, the biggest strat. Saves, like, the most amount of time. As we find more strats, pulse storage effectively saves less time, because, like, pulse storage isn't speeding up while, like, this category is. So we get, like, you know, rubber dub skip and, like, the plank stuff is, like, the recent shit. You have no idea how many people say pause like that as, like, a... Yeah, it's, like, even more common than people making jokes about how the split's called depression. Actually, I don't even think it's called depression anymore, to be fair, so nobody really says it anymore. I don't remember what my depression split is called. I seriously can't remember. I kind of hate, like, the UK pronunciation of... Because it sounds like P-O-R-E-S. It sounds like pause, you know? Thank you. I needed that. Do you ever just get a weenie parking that doesn't even feel slow, and then, like, you just lose, like, over a second off the gold epic style? Oh, wait, I didn't lose over a second. I was on copium, never mind. Yeah, my cat is sometimes mean, but usually they're not. Bro's claws are, like, always out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I need a piss. I need a piss.
To get to Shell.
I'm pretty sure I can hold them for the rest of the run, but after this run, I'm going for a fucking piss. No one can stop me. I don't care if it dies in 5 seconds, or if it dies, or if it finishes. I'm going for a piss right after this run. My cat used to be a menace, and now 10 years later, my cat doesn't scratch me or bite as much. Now she headbutts me. That's kind of cool. My cats don't really do headbutting, I don't think. They kind of brush against your hand if you want them, if they want you to pet them. I haven't pissed this stream, but normally I piss like right before stream, but this time I piss like 30 minutes before stream. So that's part of the issue. And like I feel dehydrated, but I don't want to drink or else it make me like actually need a piss. Like bad. So like no matter what I do, I'm kind of fucked. That's kind of awesome. One of my cats, he usually meows if you press his ears down. I guess it's like that spot's like sensitive for him.
Do you have any treats?
Fish. Again.
They're both like very unique. One of them is Stewie. He's the one in the purple lady fat emote. He's very fucking fat. And he's got unique colors. He's very fluffy. He's fat. He has like a triple chin. He's fat. What other characteristics? Oh yeah, he's the one who meows when he presses his ears down. And he just eats and sleeps all day. Then you have Brian, who is the biggest black cat I've ever seen who isn't fat. He doesn't wear a collar. It's quite big. He likes to socialize, but he also likes to sleep with Stewie, if he can. So he usually sleeps on the bed with Stewie. He likes belly rubs, but not like too often. He doesn't like it like all the time. He only sometimes likes it. He's less annoying than Stewie, because Stewie wants to go outside like every 45 minutes for some reason, whereas like Brian doesn't. He wants to go out every hour and a half instead. Big difference. And then you have Pickles, who has very mad, unique colors. He likes human food, which is kind of funny. His tail is very long relative to the rest of his body. He likes socializing. He's always sleeping on the chair in the kitchen or in my parents' bed. He's always been, you know, eating the adult cat food when he's not supposed to. Like,
This place.
and then I haven't even gone to my dogs yet. I can say my cat's name and she meows. Sometimes my cat does that, but I can't make him do it on command. So when my cat goes up to me, and I can tell that he wants food or water, sometimes I say what, and like maybe like a quarter of the time, he'll respond back with like an immediate meow. Which is kind of funny. Apparently cats meow, like, literally for, like, to have a conversation, like, to try and communicate with humans. Like, they develop that skill for us, specifically, which is, like, really cool. My cats sometimes meow with my dogs, though, because I don't think they can process that, like, the dogs is, like, brain dead. They try to meow with them. Oh yeah, then you have Lenny. He's mostly a white dog. He's a Parsons Jack Russell. He's old, he's lazy, he pisses. Like, whenever he does go for a walk, you gotta really mollycoddle him, and he pisses on, like, every tree in existence. He's just always been lazy. Then you have my dog Bella, who's like brown and black. She's smaller. She's a Jack Russell, not a Parsons Jack Russell. She's a normal Jack Russell. She's very naughty. Barks at like every dog in existence. When we had Pickle, she was barking at him all the time, like for like a fucking week. Any human you bark at. She has like massive separation anxiety, but my parents leave the house like every day, so it doesn't mix well. She never gets rest. She's always awake. If you get out of bed and she's in bed with you, she just immediately gets up, like, no hesitation. She always has to follow you around, and again, she just has, like... She goes for sometimes 3 big walks a day up a fucking mountain, and they're, like, hour-long walks. Well, like, a couple of them, like, 2 of the 3 are, I believe, are, like, hour-long. And she still is never tired and never gets proper rest. It's fucking insane. And anyway, finally, she's a bitch. No, I do not have a pet named Bob. Chihuahua. Comrades. Mine hasn't been aggressive to me ever. My dad, like, hates Chihuahuas. My nan had a Chihuahua. It was very obese. It died. You can imagine how it died. But anyway, my dad hated that thing. What is it with grandmothers and having obese, like, cats and dogs? They're just kings at it. Oh, you just reminded me of something, because that is interesting. It reminded me of something. My dog Bella loves belly rubs more than, like, anything in the world. She even likes if you do it with your fucking shoe. Like, or if you just, like, not punch her gut, but, like, if you just, like, kind of, like, lightly slap her gut, she'll take that. You know? Like... But basically, if she's looking at you and she wants belly rub, if you point to the ground, she'll go on her back so you can like rub her belly. Like it's like so. With Lenny, we used to have him do a trick, but we haven't done it in ages. If we said to him shut the door, he would like close the door because the door would sometimes like open for some reason for like no reason. So he'd say shut the door, and he'd jump and push it, and he'd actually shut the door. But he hasn't needed to do that in years, because we fixed the door. Bottom dog, basically, yeah. Obese budgie, that does not sound great. A flying football. Animal obesity is not poggers, but... When you see a picture of a fat animal online, you kind of can't help but smirk at it. Feel kind of bad, but like I would kind of love to see a football-shaped fucking bird. Also, my Manleys are a little sketch. They might be fine. I need like good RNG, I think. Yeah. My cat is fat, but, like, I don't even... Like, we don't... He shouldn't be as big as he is. It's, like, weird. I don't know how he's the size... Like, okay, I kind of expect him to be fat. I don't know how he's, like, that fat. Like, fucking hell. He doesn't even eat fast or anything. He doesn't eat fast. He lets the other cat, like, eat first. Like, Brian. But he just goes for a lot of fucking snacking, bro. And, like... I'm in a different room from my parents all the time, so, like, we don't know, like, when the cats were last fed, so we just, like, feed them. I forgot to do the ledge grab skip. Alright, I'm gonna get this Fogger. Okay, I need good RNG here. I got it. Thank God. I'm gonna have enough now. Any time to have good RNG was that run. Fuck this run. By good RNG, the Fogger's placement. You saw how the Fogger was behind me, and I just like instantly killed him as soon as I started cartwheeling. Like that's what I'm talking about. His placement's RNG. There are two types of good RNG. The RNG where he's close enough to you to where he's in cartwheel range, and the other one where he's not only in cartwheel range, but he actually pushes you slightly forward to the door and saves you frames. That's like the ultra good one. That's the one that I got. It's not like extremely lucky, but it is definitely not like a 50-50 or anything. I have no idea what the odds are, but it's like not common. Maybe like 1 in like 8 or something. Like 1 in 7. I don't know. Maybe like Mindy skip odds, sort of, like to fail, like that sort of thing, maybe. My dog usually steals the cat's food, so we have to spray him during feeding time for cat-os, yeah. My dog Bella, like, steals, like, food and shit. She gets really aggressive with, like, food.
Don't laugh at me.
She's always been like that.
How much of a man do I have to be?
Bella was a nice dog, right? And then one dog barked at her as a puppy, and now she barks at every human and dog ever, and it's, like, really annoying. We took her out, like, obviously we took my dogs on vacation, and just we were in towns, every single time, every single person we walked past, and obviously there's loads of people in these towns, these are tourist attractions. And she's just fucking going off, like, the whole time. Very annoying. We're taking Brian to the vet on Monday, which is ironic because Stewie's the fat one. But yeah, we're taking Brian to the vet. I'd be about even with my best splits, but I made a mistake in Dennis. Unfortunate. But my best possible time still gives me some leniency for sure.
Just like walking on ice cream.
A cave out of pillows. That's kind of awesome. Santa's little helper? No. Bella's Santa's evil bitch. People were kind of were like, alright, The Simpsons is like Jump the Shark or whatever, you know, it's like that type of thing. Apparently, the voice actor for, like, Flanders and Mr. Burns and shit, like, refused to be in the episodes, that's why that's why they don't show up. I didn't get the SpongeBob warp, because of course I didn't, so now the run's dead. That's fucking great, dude. I'm so sick of that warp not being collected. That kind of sounds like the dilemma that we might start having soon in this game. sometimes I'm only barely getting enough in Knucklehead, and if you do not upgrade Guitar, you have to hit... Okay, alright, that was bullshit. You have to hit Neptune 9 times instead of 6 times, which is obviously not viable whatsoever, so... Yeah, run's just dead if that happens, if you just don't have enough. Which is only gonna really affect, like, Mianufsta, but, like, yeah. I might unironically, like, regress my strats so that I, like, always get the warp. I'm, like, that desperate. Because, like, the run was actually good, and it was just, like, has 0 chance now. The gold save, well, when you go to reset, like, Live Split asks you if you want to, like, keep the golds. But after the stream, I'm going to highlight the BBBH so I can time it accurately to the milliseconds. That's what I do for, like, all the golds, because I want to make a segmented 59 Summer Best run, to upload to YouTube. And I'm still a ways away, quite a ways away, but... With every single gold I get closer... I'm 20.5 seconds away, and I can gold, like, I can gold Plank Area 2 by, like... 3+ seconds, for example, so, like, I still have goal potential in some places, although the vast majority, like, I don't really have any splits anymore where I can, like, where I could, like, understand how I could goal them by, like, a second. I don't really have any of those anymore, but, except for Plank, because that's, like, a new thing. But, yeah, there's always, like, micro-optimizations and stuff. Hiccups. Bruh, I had a bad turn on the bridge. How's Goob not caught up yet? I want a Goob push. You splits? I know I know there's a way to prevent that, but I don't remember because I've never been in a situation to have to prevent that. So... Oh... It might be something to do, like, are you sure that you're comparing against against personal best and not something like the latest run? Bruh.
No waiting in line for us.
You sure you know how to drive?
Live split is annoying to set up, like, when you're just not used to stuff. It is a bitch, but, like, when you get, like... I'm really happy with, like, how my live split has, like, turned out.
We're doing better now.
Oh yeah, I never used, like, the auto splitter thing for SM64, because, like, there's just a lot of ways, like, a black screen type of thing can just, like, go wrong. I'm surprised that worked. Yeah, like, for it, like, if you died, sometimes it, like, fucking split or something. Like, it's dumb. Like, SM64 is one of the most convenient speed games to split in, and people still use an auto splitter. It doesn't make any sense. Because at the end of these stars, you have the entire time to split, and then to get your hands back on the controller, you have the time of Mario doing that stupid little animation when he pops out of a painting. You have oh fuck, I fucked up. But yeah, you have like so much time to do it. This is like 402 or 403. Alright, high 402. But what happened? That's not bad.
This is
I didn't do that.
how was that for you?
Yeah. I think it's very pointless in SM64.
Right back at ya.
Splitting in battle's kind of weird because, like, there's, like... People, back in the day, people just used to split at the end of, like, levels, but now, sometimes they split, like, in the middle of spatula animations and stuff like that. If, like, I don't know, it's just, like, weird niche things. That community, like, has, like, an actual fetish for, like, having 4 million splits. So, like, they just kind of split wherever they want now. In movie, the weirdest split that we have in, like, all the categories combined is in No Mindy Skip and All Tokens. There's one point where you drown and you respawn to a completely different part of the level. And we split, like, on the drown. Which would admittedly be a bit hard to do on, like, keyboard. But, on a split pedal it's easy, obviously. But it's because you don't go through, like, a single load for ages. That's the only reason why we do it. The level's quite long, so, you know, and so that's, like, the weirdest split that we have.
Do things in Bikini Bottom.
And it's still, like, justified. It's the only split that doesn't involve, like, a load. But it's still, like, a respawn. If that does happen, you can just, like, undo. I mean, obviously, like, you know, your undo keys are gonna be, you know, you gotta make sure you don't accidentally press them. My undo is the up arrow key, and it has fucked me a couple times for it to be up arrow, but here's the thing, right? Look, like, you probably can't see my keyboard. My shoulder is, like, nearly touching my keyboard. It is, like, one of the closest keys possible, so... But it's also a key I generally don't press. So that's why I picked it, you know? You just gotta find the right key. Hey, nice crow. I hope it was a time to your satisfaction. Huh? Like, bowl too soon. Like, I bowl too soon. Yeah, I did bowl too soon. Alright, so yeah, like, that close to 59. Still, though, your time is, like, practically, like, right there. Oh my god. So I think that's still something to be proud of. 6 more seconds isn't gonna make the difference between, like, a run being bad and a run being, like, godlike. It's still nearly, like, even if you improved it by 6 seconds in terms of, like, without factoring, like, minute barriers and stuff, like, they are practically almost the exact same skill, like, required to get both. Almost. So it's, you know. I used to have a numpad just for doing random commands, but it never worked unless I randomly reset the F13 plus keys. I used to have number pad, but I didn't have room on this fucking desk anymore. I had, like, no room on my mouse, so I now have a keyboard that doesn't have number pad. My split key, though, is literally F13, because I don't even have F13 on this keyboard. It has no function. So, I literally just use it for splitting because there's nothing it could potentially... For some reason, the default thing was K. I don't know why, but when you change it to F13, that's when it's like OP, because it's like you will like never ever like accidentally like use it. You know, you'll never accidentally split in that sense, which is like great. Hello, fans. Yes, I'm very white, but also I'm purple. It's crazy. How am I both? How does he do it? No one knows. This shouldn't be possible. I defy impossible. Steam Decks look cool. I felt one, and I was shocked at how good it felt in the hands. I thought it was gonna be a blocky piece of shit, but it's actually, like, not. I was so surprised. It's extremely powerful, incredibly customizable. You can hook it up to, like, a monitor, and then it just works as a PC, if you really wanted to. It's crazy. It has an abysmal battery. But, and let's be, in like 10 years, like, the Steam Deck is gonna be fucking terrible. But that's just, like, the nature of, like, portable devices. Oh my... I feel like the Steam Deck is a system that's mostly for people who already have, like, gaming PCs, for example. I don't think it should be, like, your sole machine, but, like, generally, like, if you already have, like, a decent PC, then, like, a Steam Deck, like, really complements it, I feel like. It's funny how, like, much stronger it is and more customizable it is compared to, for example, a fucking Nintendo Switch, and it's, like... Like, the cheapest one is only, like, what is it, like, $100 more, $150 more, and, like, the power difference is like, insane. Steam Deck's gotta be, like, 3 times more powerful than the Switch. In the group chat. I've never been drunk because I don't care for alcohol. It's kind of funny, like, it's bizarre seeing the effect they can have on people because I can't comprehend it really because I have not experienced it. I've been fucking that up recently. I gotta, like, not fuck. At the same time, I guess it just depends on the person, but I think a lot of people would just struggle to handle, like, both, I would imagine. Alright, I need to get a good gold. I can gold by, like, 3 seconds, like, a little over, like, 3.5 seconds, maybe. So, give me a gold, please, smiley face. Okay, this looks good so far. Now I need to have enough height, clip in quickly, and then get a good monumental. If I actually, like, get enough height. If I don't have enough height, then the run just instantly dies. I don't even think I can 102 if I die. That's, like, one of the issues with this trick is, like, you can sometimes just not have enough height. If your wall jumps were, like, unoptimal, or if your movement was unoptimal. This looks good, but it's hard to tell fully right now. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, come on, just fucking get this first try. I always fuck this up, get this first try, bro. This will be a pretty good gold. Oh, fuck off, bro. That was a two flat. Not a bad gold, but like that could have been more. That could have been like maybe like that could have been like a second and a half faster. But the fact that you can nearly get a sub 2 monumental is fucking awesome. Sky, it's called, we're calling a sponge glide, apparently, so that's like a thing. But yeah, that's like the new strat. There was a different version of it that was AIDS, but now we have that one that I did just then that's like not anywhere near as bad. Thank you, however, if you see by the best possible time, I can't PB anyway. Which is very annoying, by the way, because looking at it right now, I'm pretty positive if I just grab the SpongeBob Warp, I'm pretty positive this would be on world record pace by like a decent amount. My segment would have been close to the gold, so I can like figure out how much time I lost. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to update the Mindy log earlier. Also, I do a time optimization in Knucklehead, but I haven't gotten it to save time yet. Because I'm still trying to figure out like how to get it to work. The drunk is saying too much stuff. You could like kick him from the group chat or something, but like, yeah. Alright, strat. Alright, I got the strat. So you like hop a bit and you like skip a bit of movement and it saves like a quarter of a second. I just got it just then. You gotta, like, be pretty far to the left. But, like, it's hard to, like, have, like, a good line for it. Because of, like, a corner bit. Like, you might have seen it. It was just, like, a corner bit. It was, like, hard to line it up. It's hard to, like, get the line to, like, be as close to the edge as possible, that thing. And then maintain, like, that good line. And then, like, get the hop. Like, that's... But it's not that hard in reality. It's just, like... It's just something to keep in mind. No middle door, unfortunately, so I'm not golding, probably. But I'm just happy that I got the strat, because now I know how to do it. Like, that was, like, the main thing, you know? Just figuring out how it worked. You actually avoid, like, all the hot sauce if you, like, take the fast paths. They're not an issue at all, which is kind of funny, bruh. They're only an issue if you, like, run out of nitros and you have to go, like, the normal path, which, like, is actually, like, a real potential issue. I'm gonna calculate what this run would have been at the end of it. Ooh, that was, like, insanely fast. That was, like, perfect. Skipping the cutscenes fast is like hard because there's no good visual cue. I just lost like half a second or something because like I try to like time it, but I eventually let go of the A button and like I didn't skip it, so I can't gold. Well, now I guess, you know, just finish it out and then I'll calculate how much time I lost on SCDA. I seriously need to, like, figure out what's going on with that Cydio Sponge Ball. I might unironically need a practice mod for it, but, like, we'll see. Maybe try the bonk again. It might work, maybe.
That's it, SpongeBob. You got him with that one.
Although sometimes Nightbot's commands are like just delayed by like a fucking like multiple minutes for some reason, and then it just decides to do the thing, and it's like, all right, Nightbot, where were you a few minutes ago then?
I command you to kill him.
I still got a sub 101 phase 3 entry, which is like kind of funny.
Stop that! Your chops are too righteous!
Vacuuming up manliness, even in the corners.
Destroy SpongeBob!
Wow, that's my 21st completed 102, if I've ever seen a 21st completed 102. Alright, now the immediate thing to do.
Kill him!
So that was 24.5 seconds off the PB.
Oh no! Eat
How much did I lose in SCDA 2? So my golds are 239.
It looks
Oh wait, I got bad cyclones. So it would have been like a 242 or something like that, and I ended up getting a 318.
heroes who recovered my crown and saved Bikini Bottom.
So
Patrick, you
plus 18, plus 18. I lost 36 seconds. This would have been world record by 11.5 seconds about.
I've learned a few things about myself. I may be a
So that would have been a 101.42.
Spazatron.
Interesting.
more